Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Russ Riesinger. Janelle has the night off. We started the day with early rounds of thunder and lightning, and as we take a live look outside right now, we could end the day with more of it. Let's get straight to Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire, who's tracking more possible severe weather. Bob?
Yeah, thank you very much, Russ. It's been a very busy day in the Weather Center. Let me show you what's happening out there right now. It is just a very busy day. A lot of showers and thunderstorms. Let's go right to the Doppler radar. Look at that big line of showers moving into south central Montana. It started in northern Wyoming and continues to push its way up into our area. But look at this now. We have a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 o'clock tonight for much of south central Montana and almost all of northern Wyoming. And look at this over here in Bighorn County. That's a severe thunderstorm warning with quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds just north of Lodge Grass. That stays with us until 5:45 this evening. Plus, we also have this. That's a flood watch that stays with us until 6 p.m. on Tuesday. All of eastern Montana could see some heavy showers and thunderstorms out of that. And so here's what's going to happen. Our thunderstorms will stay with us for the rest of the night. And then it looks like maybe by 10:30 or so, looks like these showers and thunderstorms will start to move away. And we'll have more coming your way in a few more minutes. Russ?
All right, thank you, Bob. A shooting in Billings yesterday on the south side sends one Billings man to the hospital. We're learning some new information about that shooting today. Q2's Zoe Zandor is standing by with the latest now. Zoe?
Yeah, Russ, the shooting happened in Billings south side just after 4:30 yesterday afternoon. Now, according to a tweet sent out by Lieutenant Woolley of the Billings Police Department Monday afternoon, at least one person of interest involved in the shooting has been identified. Billings Police Department and AMR responded to the call on the south side, specifically Monroe Street and Oral Drive, just after 4:30 yesterday. A 40-year-old Billings man was transported by ambulance to a local hospital with at least 2 gunshot wounds. Now, Woolley says no arrests have been made at this time. He also says this is not believed to be a random incident. This is the second shooting in Billings in just over a week. The other at Pioneer Park on June 30th, sending 3 victims to the hospital, all with gunshot injuries. Both ongoing investigations. We'll keep you updated here at Q2, both online and on air, as information develops. Russ?
All right, thank you, Zoe. The former president of the Northern Cheyenne Indian Tribe is admitting to devising a complicated travel fraud scheme to take some $20,000 in reimbursement funds from the tribe. 40-year-old Lawrence Jace Kilsback pled guilty to wire fraud and the false claims conspiracy in federal court. Kilsback worked as the tribe's health director and then tribal president. Prosecutors say he submitted fraudulent invoices to tribal and state entities claiming exaggerated or false travel expenses. Another scheme involved Kilsback falsifying hotel invoices through a software program. Investigators found 28 trips that involved travel fraud. He faces a maximum of 20 years in prison. State officials have seized another 800 bottles and cans of alcoholic beverages from a business linked to the exclusive Yellowstone Club in Big Sky. MTN's Mike Dennison has more on this ongoing investigation.
The Montana Revenue Department revealed Monday that State Justice Department investigators seized the beer, wine, and liquor on June 25th from a building near the Bozeman International Airport in Belgrade. That was one day after the state had announced an earlier settlement of multiple liquor law violations by the high-end private club in Big Sky. That June settlement included a $370,000 fine for Yellowstone Club restaurants and bars and temporary suspension of their liquor licenses for periods of 7 to 20 days, depending on the location. But state revenue officials wouldn't clarify on Monday how or whether this latest seizure is related to the earlier case. The state says the seized alcohol was in possession of H&K Spirits. Its listed officers are Hans Williamson and John Hinkle, who had been chief financial officer of the Yellowstone Club. And as part of the earlier settlement, Williamson is supposed to be removed from management and ownership positions at the club's restaurants and bars. In that earlier case, Yellowstone Club restaurant and bar operators admitted to serving alcohol at 2 sites without a license, hiding liquor from state investigators, and storing booze at unlicensed warehouses in Bozeman. The Yellowstone Club's attorney didn't immediately provide any comment on Monday. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
In the earlier case, the state seized about 9,000 bottles and cans of liquor, beer, and wine controlled by the Yellowstone Club. The 3 men killed in a fatal crash near Kirby Saturday have now been identified. 20-year-old Michael Not Afraid from Lodgegrass, West Spotted Bear, whose age was not released, and 29-year-old Scott Russell of Gary Owen. The crash was reported around 1:30 Saturday afternoon on Highway 314. MHP says the SUV went off the right shoulder onto an embankment, then overturned into a creek. None of the men was wearing seatbelts. 2 people were killed this weekend in a crash north of Cody, Wyoming. 57-year-old Timothy Zeller and 54-year-old Stacy Zeller of Cody were riding a motorcycle northbound on Wyoming 120 when they collided head-on with a Toyota Highlander while trying to pass another vehicle. The driver of the Toyota was not injured. However, a passenger was transported for injuries sustained in the crash. This is the 81st and 82nd fatalities on Wyoming's roadways in 2019 compared to 49 in 2018. Montana Governor Steve Bullock's bid to be included in the next debate got a boost today when another presidential candidate dropped out of the race. Bullock and California Representative Eric Swalwell were jockeying for the final spot on the CNN debate stage July 30th and 31st in Detroit. Today, Swalwell called to end his campaign for president and announced he will run for re-election to the House. Only 20 candidates will make the debate, split across 2 nights. Bullock is believed to have met the polling threshold. The Democratic National Committee will make the final announcement on the candidates July 17th. World War II history has made a stop in Billings. Q2's Jenny Fick takes us inside the Wings of Freedom tour.
The Collings Foundation Wings of Freedom tour has returned to Billings.
Today I'm looking at these really cool planes, and there's some new ones I really want to go into.
The tour is run by the Collings Foundation and features fully restored World War II aircraft.
I think the guns on them is the coolest part. The back of them, you could get to move them.
It is intended to preserve rare pieces of history while educating and immersing people in their heritage.
Of seeing what we won the war with. I mean, with this equipment, the B-17 was one of the frontline bombers, and the B-24 behind me, this one's actually the last one left flying today of over 18,000 that were produced.
The tour gives people a chance to see, walk inside, and even pilot World War II planes.
We came out with the kids to honor my grandpa's legacy. He was a nose gunner in a B-24, served 16 combat missions, was shot down over Yugoslavia by the Nazis in 1945, and came out to show the kids what Grandpa used to do.
Entering the Warbirds drives home some reality to the intensity endured by the soldiers.
There's nothing like actually coming out and climbing through these aircraft, feeling how small they are, how little room there is, hitting your head on the low overhangs and everything, just to see that people spent 10, 12, 14 hours at a time in these aircraft.
I appreciated the sacrifices that they made. I appreciated how he'd talk about the war, and it wasn't anything glamorous. It was a terrifying experience.
For so many in attendance, a sense of respect and pride for the brave individuals who defended this country.
Those that don't know history are bound to repeat it, I think is one of the adages. So I think for children to be able to see what my grandfather did, to be able to look at history and hopefully learn from it and put it in a modern context is very important.
For some, a learning experience. For others, a trip down memory lane. In Billings, Jenny Fick, MTN News.
And you'll have a chance to see those planes again tomorrow from 9:30 until 5 and Wednesday from 9:30 until noon. You can visit ktvq.com for more information. Well, the Yellowstone Art Museum's annual fundraiser, Summer Fair, kicks off later this week. The 3-day event has been going on for 41 years now. That event will feature food trucks, live music from the band Mojo on Friday evening, and the Brickhouse Band headlining on Saturday. This year, Summer Fair has moved to Rimrock Mall for increased accessibility and security. Vendors from around the region will have booths set up. Summer Fair takes place Friday, July 12th from 4 until 9 o'clock, Saturday from 10 in the morning until 7:30, and Sunday from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. A few of the event's coordinators stopped by Montana this morning to tell us more about the event.
We have 50-ish vendors this year. We've got music running all weekend long with demonstrations by the zoo, and we have other nonprofits represented as well. We've got a kids zone, artist demonstrations, kids art activities, and it's just a really good time to be outdoors and kind of celebrate the arts and crafts in the region.
Admission is $5. For more information, you can visit the Yellowstone Art Museum's website. Well, there is still more happening around our state. Here's what's coming up on tonight's statewide 9 o'clock news.
I'm Andrea Lutz. Butte city government positions could be going away so that a city administrator could be coming in. We're taking a look at their proposed plan. It's tonight on the MTN 9 o'clock news on the CW.
But first, still to come on tonight's 5:30 news, an ultra marathon in the Flathead has some criticizing it over its path through bear country. Then later in sports, Scott has fresh money standings after rodeo's richest week of the regular season. He shows us how Montana and Wyoming fare.
You're watching MTN News with Janelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Breen. This is the 5:30 news on Q2, Montana's news leader.